before we start, I'm actually going to go into options and then configure idle. I'm just going to increase my font size so you guys can see it a little better. And now that I've increased my font size, we're going to create our very first Python file. So to create a file, go under File, and then click this New File button here. And a new file window will pop up. So now that we've created a file, we need to actually save it on our computer. So to save the file, again, go under File, and then scroll down to Save. So I'm not just going to save it in this Python 3.9 directory. I'm going to create a separate folder for all of my Python scripts. So I'm going to go into my desktop. I'm going to create a new folder called Python. I would suggest that you guys do something like this too. Create a Python folder on your computer to store all of your Python scripts in one place. So I'm going to save it in my Python folder. I'm going to call this file print. So I'm saving it as a Python file. It comes up as a Python file here, and this should just come up here to save as a Python file. But if it doesn't and you save as all files, then you actually need to include this .py extension at the end. Or you can also just save it as a Python file here. So I'm going to save it here. And as you can see, since I saved it as a Python file, it comes up as print.py. And I'm going to actually write a very basic Python script in just one line. So just follow along here. So we're just going to write print, then 2 brackets, open and close, and then quotes inside. So it's just print with 2 brackets and quotes inside the brackets. So for now, just follow along and then write whatever you want inside the quotes. So I'm just going to write hello world. So now before you run the file, we're actually going to save it again. So hit File and then Save. And as you can see, there was a star icon here that disappeared, and that's how you can tell if it's saved. And once you've saved the file, go under Run and then hit Run module here. And as you can see, this first Python script just outputs to the shell whatever was in those print statements. So we can go back into the shell and we can change this to this is my first Python script. And then we can save it. So I'm actually just going to use the shortcut here, Control S. You guys can also just go in here and hit save. And then hit run again. As you can see, it just outputs to the shell whatever was in those quotes.